Generational trauma, from grandma to mama, from sons to fathers. We go harder, we go farther. If not, why bother?
Hey, yo, Tribe.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to the Disconnect, where reconnection is the dialect. I am IB Norn, and this is my co-host.
Hey, Jay, know the Sun King. We finna do it.
Yeah, we definitely do it.
We ain't gonna. Nah, we ain't gonna go to battle. We gonna go to battle? No, we ain't gonna go to battle.
We definitely is. I mean, if we need to.
Yeah,
if we need to
know,
go down and through it, when we go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the internet, y'all, But anyway, before we get started, let's give a shout out to the sponsor. Before you, if you drink it, make sure you drink it responsibly.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Walla Vodka.
Voila.
And also shout out to SunNation1.com. Get all your products, everything you need. We got you. We're gonna take care of you.
Absolutely.
But before it's been an epic battle constantly on the internet. Black men versus black women.
Right.
Who doing what?
A lot of bashing. And what better person to have to talk
Yeah.
about this with than my brother Rogers?
Hello. Hey, listen, before we start, I want to first off say congratulations on y'all second season back, man.
Absolutely.
Like, that's
Thank
major.
you.
As black entrepreneurs,
Appreciate it.
y'all got past our first season, and I've seen y'all stuff. It was epic, man. So congratulations to y'all.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Gratitude.
We need
Gratitude.
y'all voices and continue going on with y'all journey. Seriously.
Gratitude.
I'm Rogers, man. Most people know me by Low Key. I'm from out of Port Arthur, Texas.
PA.
Yes, sir, man. But we gonna get into it, man. I'm here. I ain't come to throw blows or nothing like that. We gonna have some fun though. We gonna have some fun.
Because a lot of people, what they say we turn our pain into podcast topics, but never into progress.
Right.
So we're gonna address those issues today. Absolutely. So first thing first, it's the battle of the sexes. Like that Luda album. Remember that Luda album, Battle of the
My
Sexes?
chick, babe, my chick.
Hey, that album went hard. You listen to that? Have you
Yes,
listened to that album?
yes, it was hard.
That's one of the hardest albums, man. And I think it was very necessary to kind of address some issues from both sides, of the perspective, So diving in, let's get into the history of everything. What would you say brought the tension? What brought this tension for like the black men and the black women, to just kind of like to be against each other, to the mistrust against one another?
Well, and it might sound kind of cliche, you know what I'm saying? Or people might say it's kind of cliche, but it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you really think about the history, like, we've been separated since slavery. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to keep, this ain't, for the ones, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
But it's important.
It's important,
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of trauma that got dealt. It's a lot of trauma that got passed down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of PTSD that got passed down, like we say in the intro of the intro song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, we really ain't giving no blueprint on how to love each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So from that point to now, it's been pretty much everybody been winging it. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't been no playbook. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then tradition set in. So whether it's wrong or right, we getting wrong traditions and good traditions
Right.
passed down at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we just coming into an era where we starting to tap in more. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
So
Think for ourselves.
think for ourselves.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your take? What you feel about the origins of it?
Honestly, man, it's like it's all a game. It's social engineering.
Yeah.
And the whole purpose of the situation is to keep up a narrative.
Right.
And what they do is they play on stereotypes.
Right.
We have, like, I'm just going to give an example, like, and it's, like, it might be unintentional, but, like, we got those STEM programs. Women are, like, unfavored in that situation, especially in the engineering part of it.
Right.
Where women only cover, like, what they say, 26% of the workforce.
Right.
So if it's not, and then what they try to do with it, and it's not intentional.
Right.
But it's still unintentional, and they're underrepresented in that field. So what they do is they play and they pop up these narratives and stereotypes that say women are deficiencies at this situation, and they can't do this, they can't do that.
Right.
And then what that does is it plays a psychological game of placing a woman in her role, her place, her role.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it makes them not even want to try. So
Right.
when you got that, and then it's a power structure. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Now the men is holding this here.
Right.
But it goes both ways. But
Right.
that's pretty much my take on it. It's social engineering.
Right.
And it's here to stir up narratives to play against each other and keep us in competition.
Right.
That's basically what it is.
I agree. And I would say that they definitely use religion as a tool
Facts.
to push this narrative or whatever. Because even when you looking at like biblical texts. They telling women that they should be quiet. Women should be quiet. Women should be this. Women should be that. You know, so it's a lot of separation. It's been a battle of the sexes since ancient times, according to the Bible. But what I question is, because I know this religion is something that they brought to our ancestors. I question if there's something that we were automatically doing. Was the narrative like the woman is beneath the man, like inferior to the man, before they brought this religion about to us? Like, what was our ancestors actually practicing?
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. First
You
of all.
know? Yeah.
Because it's when you kind of move off into that situation, then it kind of plays into mythology. Because before religion, what were we doing?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But and then if you kind of know your history, people got the stereotype of thinking man was born first.
Right.
It was women.
Right.
Women was, and if you go down that rabbit hole, you
Right.
will see that women were asexual. They were producing babies before we
Right.
even by themselves.
Right.
So if they was the first ones, then who was the leader? Who
Right.
teaches us?
Right.
It's the woman.
Right.
So something happened in there to where it was a power structure.
Right.
It was a power
Right.
structure. That's basically what. So it's been like that since the beginning of time.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So-
And it's just been, and it's something that we need to move past. But a lot of people, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was watching Color Purple, right? I went to kind of watch like a childhood movie, and I was seeing a lot of things that I ain't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really, really pissing me off. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, it was a lot of feminism. Not feminism. It was a lot of power structure going on with the women. Like, you know, as you know, Sophia was trying to fight for her rights as a woman. And then you got Mr. that was trying to like rule over her and he was ruling over Celie. Right. You know, he was ruling over Celie, and because he was ruling over Celie, like, that was his mental state. So he was trying to make Harpo rule over Sophia. And then that's when Sophia, you know, so I'm looking at all these different things, like all this different fight and stuff, and I was getting angry. Well, I ended up running into a brother that had to end up kind of correcting me on it, and I had to accept that correction, you know, because I was like, what happened? I was like, why was things like this? He was like, you got to think about it. Who wrote Color Purple? Steven Spielberg wrote Color Purple.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, so sister, you gotta unlearn that. You can't let the white man sit up here and teach you how to think and teach you about your ancestors and teach you how things were. He said, you got to think. They was needing to push this narrative that this is the way the black man was. The black man was marrying young girls, 13, 14 years old, as grown men.
Right.
You know? And that's what pissed me off, because I was like, what the hell? Women ain't never had rights. And for a long time, it made me angry with men. I was angry with men for a long time until I was met with a person that corrected me. Steven Spielberg wrote this.
It's a narrative. Like
It's
I
a
was saying.
narrative.
It's a narrative. But if just listening to you say that, right, if we go and we look over the overview, the question should be, why the black woman?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because the black woman is powerful. So the white man already knew. That's why they say the greatest soldier in the white man's army is a black woman.
Yeah.
Because they know we get the black woman, we get the whole ship.
Right.
We
Yeah.
get the
Right.
whole
You get,
ship.
Right.
you get the whole nation.
You get the whole nation.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I try to tell people all the time, while y'all fighting with us, the attack is more so on the women.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if they remove the man from the house, y'all know who gonna pour into us.
Yeah.
The black woman gonna pour into us. If she's distressed, then what we gonna get?
Yeah.
Then we gonna start problem solving as young men trying to raise up. We gonna problem solve like a woman.
Yeah.
That's not correct.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's all psychological.
Yeah.
It's all psychological.
Yeah.
That's why I try to keep my little cousin with me. Is this, we gotta have father figures in young boys' life.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? And because they know we get the black woman, we got the whole shit. We cover everything.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
getting everything at the root then.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
the children is the root, and that's the mothers who's going to be closest to the kids and
In
dealing with
fact.
the kids in most times. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So, but I like to kind of circle back. We talked about the woman being first, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, from my understanding, my reading, I believe the woman was first, and she was asexual, but I believe she was kind of a combination of a masculine woman. You know what I'm saying? I believe she would have
Masculine
been
and feminine.
masculine
Like
and
a-
feminine.
yeah.
She would have been, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
a little. Well, I guess somebody called.
So like it wasn't male and female. It was just like this is both. Kind of like the morphodites that's kind of born
Kinda,
today.
I guess kind of like hermaphrodites. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at nature, you'll always see traces of evolution. right? So that's why I kind of don't get down with the whole idea that we came from monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
because
facts.
somewhere on Earth you will see a half man, half monkey walking around. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who ain't involved yet? You
Right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
Because they don't just fall off the fucking face of the earth.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So I can't really get down with that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Then I believe after that, thousands of years later, once it was man and woman, that our patriarchal system didn't look like the patriarchal system of today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the kings that ruled, they understood that the woman, was needed. That it was a
So
she
it's
was
more like a
vital role.
matriarch
More like a
or like
it's
an
another word.
egalitarian.
Egalitarian, exactly.
Yeah.
Egalitarian.
Yeah.
Egalitarian.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So even on the pyramids and stuff like that, the walls, you see the way they side by side. You know what I'm saying? So you even had female rulers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
I believe that was the pace. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So,
Well, let's touch on how social media is kind of taking a part of the conflicts that have the man and the woman going back and forth, pushing this hate, just
Right.
pushing hate towards each other. We definitely need to address that because there's a lot of relationship gurus that I see all the time,
Yes.
and they pulling marriages apart. They pulling relationships apart.
Right.
They steering people in the wrong direction, and they basically just leading people off a damn cliff.
Yeah.
And it needs to be addressed. And the reason why it needs to be addressed because we need to. This is the Disconnect podcast, right? And so we gonna mend these disconnects,
Right.
and we really need to teach our people, everybody. We need to teach everybody how to identify that.
right. So you know what? It don't take much either, right?
Yeah.
So all it takes is somebody to be howling in the wind. I was done like this. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing you know, you got a gang of Me Too's. I ain't talking about the Me Too movement, but you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Me Too, Me Too, Me Too. Then that gains momentum. That gains a snowball. So it's so easy on social media. Once some people start sharing and sharing and sharing, next thing you know, that becomes the new narrative. You know what I mean? So, and then as you know, negative news always spread faster
It
than
sure
good
do,
news.
yeah.
Man, I say this. That's what he's saying is exactly what I've said on social media. Most people's thoughts aren't their thoughts. Like,
Yeah.
see, I can think about
Yeah.
it. They
Yeah.
aren't their
It's
thoughts.
not. Yeah.
It's not their thoughts. Most people's thoughts aren't their thoughts because they don't self-reflect. And a lot of people not only lack accountability, they lack self-awareness.
Yeah.
They lack very much self-awareness, man. And that's why, like you said, we got a lot of Me Too's, man.
Yeah.
And we just follow, and then it's just like, I think most people don't like to think due to stress. And they got bills, and they got all this other stuff. So
Yeah.
whenever they just get a concept that look like it works for someone else, then they follow. And then they'll rather deal with that than actually think on their
Right.
own. And then go into the dark,
Right.
go into the inner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then deal with that dark side, them skeletons that you got.
That shadow work.
That shadow work.
Yeah.
That shadow work,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Most people, some people don't even understand what that really takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but a lot of things like that, because they know once they go into that dark space, ADHD,
Yeah.
anxiety,
Yeah.
trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then
Yeah.
people get the trauma bonding with each other, and then that's where the other ideas come from.
Yeah.
It's basically like what you were saying,
Yeah.
brother. Like he that was a good note.
Yeah. Yeah. And all these different distractions.
Whoo,
Because let me show you something. This one device,
woo.
somebody texting me, somebody calling me, somebody emailing me.
Yeah.
I got YouTube notifications. This person just posted this. This person just posted that. It's so many things. The job, this, and that. This one damn device.
And food notification. Somebody said you was a big bag.
I am a big bag. So if y'all wanna give me some free food, we'll talk about it on the podcast. We'll definitely talk about it. But it's like sometimes you gotta quiet the noise.
You got to. That's that chip. That's that
chip.
That's that chip in the brain.
It definitely is the chip.
Yes.
It definitely. You know what? Not to get too far off a
We
topic.
good. Let's roll.
I was telling J-No, just offline. I think this damn phone, not only is it like reading my thoughts, because we already know that we already got past that, right? Because we
Facts.
already know that you could be thinking something, you don't even have to say it out loud, and you
Boom,
get on there,
boom. Pop
and then
up
you,
on the algorithm.
you'll start
Yep.
seeing the algorithm. But also, I think that they're also using this thing to insert thoughts.
Like
As
frequency,
well.
like frequency. waves,
yeah, because some
waves.
some
Yeah.
thoughts I don't think is necessarily yours. I do believe that going to sleep at night, I think is a good idea to get this shit away from you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, just being an engineer, you got a point. I actually didn't think about it like that. So anything that you can put in, you can put out.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
So I'm gonna tell you, as an engineer, you can take a speaker and make your speaker become a microphone. So speakers meant to put out, but you can also reverse the polarity, and then it becomes a microphone. You can record everything that's doing.
Like by rewiring it.
Yeah, by rewinding, right? So the same way, if they could, if it can read thoughts, it could also do like she said.
Technology,
Insert it.
bad boy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I learned that anyway. You're not supposed to keep the phone by because it throws off your circadian rhythm. Especially
Right.
for women.
Yeah.
A lot of women I talk to, I can't sleep. I sleep well.
I do too.
I tell them, I say, man, you gotta meditate.
Yeah.
And man, people be saying, I can't meditate, man. That stuff is boring. And I'm like, well, I say, well, move your phone away. But I can't do that. I say, well, you got to do one of the two.
Yeah.
You got to do one of the two. You got to meditate or move your phone
Yeah.
away from you.
Yeah.
They don't believe in that.
Yeah. But the attention span is so short.
Well, that's due to commercials.
Yeah.
That commercials,
Yeah.
little reels, and it's getting shorter.
It's getting shorter
We was
and shorter.
programmed from, 2-minute commercials.
Yeah.
Now we got 33-second reels,
Yeah.
15-second reel, and that's why they just boom,
And you
boom,
can skip it. You
Yeah.
can skip them motherfuckers. Like you just
Yes.
skip. You don't even have to listen.
Right.
You don't have to sit through the damn commercial no more. You used to have to sit through the commercial. You know, you don't have to sit through the
The
commercial.
programming is serious.
It is very serious.
The programming is serious.
It
man.
is very serious. So, what about like would you say that these podcasters are unhealed?
Oh, they definitely letting out their feelings. They definitely letting them out.
Projecting.
Yeah, they go through one bad relationship. Let's get these microphones.
They gurus.
We're gonna tell my story.
I'm a guru now.
I'm a guru. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
me and Jay was laughing one day. They had a guy on YouTube, and he was talking about how he was doing like the transportation, like he was doing like the the sprint Jay knows say. Now this dude on here talking about he like a transportation guru. He doing his videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's like, let me scroll down and see. You know, he's like, cause he did this like 3 months ago. Sure enough, Rogers, get on there. Hey man, let me tell you.
Deflated.
Yeah, how it didn't work out, man. Let me show you this. That. Bro, you should have went down and through it before making the video.
Yeah.
Like you probably led a lot of people to hell by now. You
Facts,
know.
yeah.
So people will go through things from and then they feel like they gurus after
See,
they.
that's why we need y'all. Because
Yeah.
y'all pump out information. Like I said, I've studied y'all, seen y'all. Y'all pump out some real factual education.
Yeah.
Instead of just getting in here and talk about your feelings, man.
Yeah.
And then, they get these big sponsors that come behind them and pump it. That's a part of the negative
Yeah.
programming.
Yeah.
Because they like, negativity, black community culture.
Yeah.
Negativity. Let's pump it. Let's get behind it. And then especially, don't let it be a celebrity. Let's go. What you want to talk about?
They about to run with it. Marketing. It's a marketing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it's not even about really. That's what podcast supposed to be about, healing.
Yeah.
It's not about that.
Yeah. No, it's not.
business.
No, it's not.
business.
And you could hear it in the host, like if they talking. Even if you have somebody that with some good talking points, right?
Right.
Then you'll have this person, they're upstaging each other. They talking over each other. They not trying to hear. My grandma used to always say, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Do
for a
more
reason.
listening, then you do more talking.
It's
My
a
mom used-
reason.
My mom used to say the same
It's a
thing.
reason. It's a reason. And so when you upstage, because see, we don't do that here. We definitely don't do that. We don't upstage each other. We really listen and hear. Even if I don't agree with what you, I don't agree with you saying all the time. I don't agree. I might not agree with, but I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna try to at least understand. And the parts that I don't understand, I'm gonna try to. Well, hey, answer this for me because I don't understand this part. Then I'm gonna give you time enough to explain it to me. But a lot of people don't have communication skills.
Well, there's lack of respect. People don't even have that no more.
Yeah.
That's because when you doing that, you hearing somebody getting their point out, and you just
Yeah.
Cause how I feel.
like
Right.
damn, because of how I feel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then now you see them fighting on podcasts and everything like that.
And you notice their rebuttal don't even be on point to what the person was saying. So
Yeah.
that's how you know they're not even listening.
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
from left field. Like, what
Listen
are
to
you talking
respond.
about?
Listen to
Right.
respond.
Yeah.
Listen to respond.
Yeah, listen.
Yep.
I catch people doing that in day-to-day conversation too.
Facts.
I do. And when I feel like I'm in a conversation like that, I just be like, yup, for sure. You got to know how to, maneuver
Yeah.
in conversations like that,
It will drain your energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next point, unhealed trauma disguised as truth-telling.
Man.
How both sides use microphone as therapy without doing real work. Right?
Right.
So, I'm going to say this. They got people that would tell a story about their experiences, right? But they would only tell it from one perspective. They don't necessarily talk about the things that occurred before that happened. A lot of people, they love to harp on the effect, but they don't never want to talk about the cause. You know? So if you sitting up here and you acting like a victim, you got that victim mindset, and every time you tell a story, nothing is never your damn fault. You never taking no type of accountability. This is what's happening behind the microphone on these podcast shows, because you're not taking accountability for the part that you played in it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you see that a lot. I see it every day, just not just podcasts, but everyday conversation. I see that.
In life, right.
I could pick up on it.
Yeah, I got that in my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's mainly where I receive it from, because I see it comes from like hurt people.
Right.
That's
You know?
true.
And then they'll don't let them have one up on you. Don't let them have like a secret, or
Yeah.
you know, or they did one thing for you or
Yeah.
anything like that. Or they about to throw it in your face.
Yeah.
They about to tell this is their truth.
Yeah.
And that's what people don't realize. Just because it's your truth don't make it right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's what they come from a hurt place.
It come from a hurt place.
Come from a hurt place.
And it's all perspectives.
Right.
So you gotta look at different perspectives. I think in podcasts, if you coming from that space, you should always have somebody that is coming from a different perspective.
Right.
In that sense.
Right.
Right.
So because we here to teach, like we here to try to make
heal.
things better and heal.
Right.
You know, if you gon' Jano, if I ever sit here and just be on the victim, like I need you to check me. Like,
Got you. 10-4.
don't have me out here,
Tenfold.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, don't
Definitely gotta hold you accountable.
hold me accountable.
Gotta
Hold me accountable, you know, because iron sharpen iron.
Right.
Iron sharpen iron. And
But that's mindset though, right? Because once you could try to correct someone and then they're gonna play victim. Or you did something to me.
yeah.
It's always you like I did something to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now what I do now is when I get to hearing people with those victim mindsets, you right.
Yeah.
You especially if I try to correct you, I'm gonna do my due diligence and
Yeah.
then correct you.
Yeah.
But if you continue to do that, and
Yeah.
I didn't told you and you don't, the only thing you want from me is money.
Yeah.
You know, or if
Yeah.
you know, if I told you, hey, try this way, and you feel like, well, money is the only way that's gonna be able to solve this. Yeah, then I see what you're trying to do. You're
Yeah.
trying to manipulate.
But then they got the people too. They get offended.
That's what I'm saying.
That
Yeah.
just take offense. Like if you can't correct them on nothing. You can't even give them constructive criticism.
Right.
You know, without them just coming out of the bed. And it almost that's manipulation.
It
It's
is.
definitely a manipulation.
That's manipulation because it's like I want to fix it to where he can't tell me nothing. He gonna feel some type of way with telling me something, like he don't even want to go down and through it. I'm gonna make it to where I'm gonna apply so much pressure every time he correct me to where he not gonna even want to do it.
That's the art of conversation.
Yeah.
And you gotta peep there when they get to doing that. Oh, okay, bet I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, you definitely people will do that.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
they will do that to you, and they will try to back you in there, and that's a form of I wouldn't even say passive aggression. That's just aggression.
Just aggression.
It's
Yeah.
just aggression.
Yeah.
You know, if Tribe, if you do care to entertain that, you know, if you get on one, you get on one that day. What I always do with folks, I tell I put everything in question for them. See,
Facts.
when you make a statement to them,
Yes.
not gonna try to say it's an attack.
Yeah.
When you know you standing on truth
Yeah.
and they not standing on
Yeah.
truth, and you start putting it in question for them, watch them start getting tangled up, and they go and they might be dismissive or whatever, but they know in their head that seed got planted. They know in they head like, damn, yeah, he told us.
He really won up on me because
Yeah.
now he making me think.
Yeah.
And he gave me the flow.
Yeah.
And he gave me the flow so I could
Yeah.
talk
Talk
too.
away.
Talk
Yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Tell us
yeah.
how you really feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So now they can't control the direction of the deflection. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm like, yeah, go
Hold
ahead.
on. That's bars. Let's let that breathe.
Facts.
They can't control the direction
Of the deflection.
of the deflection.
You know?
God damn bar. Bro, which one of these? Which one of these damn things? Which one of these? Which one? Oh.
Not that one. Not that one. Not this one. Nah.
Oh man. We gotta get it together. We gotta
Yes,
get it
indeed.
together. So how does the shock value has replaced substance in the black media spaces?
Man, it's all about that viral clip. That's
Yeah.
it.
That's how we got Charleston Whites and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's how we got those. Like we got a Woody. We
Yeah.
got these, and you know, I don't like the name drop, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what's in
That's what's-
modern time.
You
and
absolutely
then
right.
now we lose substance, we lose quality, and we just like we put the clown suit on, we put the big
Yeah.
red nose on, and
Yeah.
and there's like a whole narrative to drive the black man, and the black woman from her essence.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? To keep
absolutely.
us away from our true higher self.
Yeah.
It's all about deflection. I hate it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
And they use it as a marketing strategy too, because sometimes they'll play like a clip, and then when that's not necessarily what that person said. It's kind of like how people be trying to like discredit like religious texts.
Yeah.
And they'll start with this particular scripture, but then you got to read the one before that and the one
get
after
the
that
whole
to really
story.
get the whole concept, you know. So they'll sometimes like, you know, clip it like at the right time
Right.
to make it triggering. But people that's not thinkers, they're not gonna recognize
They're not
it like
understanding
that.
the marketing part. They just gonna say, I need to act like this, I'm gonna get a bag.
Yeah.
gonna get it back.
That's what it's
Right.
about.
Right.
That's what it's
But
about.
yeah, when they say put the clown suit on
With
and
the
then
big nose on.
get the old Bojangles.
Yeah.
Your
He say,
son,
I need
you
to
know.
act like this to get a bag. That's
Yeah.
that's the mindset, y'all.
Right.
It's sad.
But you know what? On the flip side of that, right? So with everything that you do, if it's, let's say, if say what we doing, right? Say we create a triggering clip, and our intent is to trigger to get you somewhere to a place of education or realization. We don't never do that, but might think about doing that. While we don't
Yeah.
ever do that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's all the intent behind it. If you doing that and your intent is to just create mess and stir up drama, then you wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah.
you see what's going on now. They not doing that.
They not.
That's
Exactly.
not like, I mean, I can get it. You can give, you can't feed a baby steak. Sometimes you got to put a little something in there, and
Yeah.
then reel a
Yeah.
baby on the end, and you can't, you want to give it vegetables, but you got to make it sweet
That's
for
true.
it.
Right.
That ain't what they doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's not they. Whenever you open the clown show, then you look at the background. You got everybody with red nose on and clown
Yeah.
suits, man.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what
Uh-oh.
I'm saying? So
Yeah. Whoa.
what happened?
This guy.
Message.
Message. Yeah, but that's true. That's true. Which brings me to the next bulletin. Podcasters chasing viral moments over valuable dialogue.
Right.
You got to stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Like everything ain't about a trend. People too goddamn trendy. They want everything is a trend. But what do you stand for? It goes back to what Rogers was saying, your voice. Like, where's your voice? And I'm gonna say this. I say this all the time. I always use this analogy because it reminded me of that when you end up saying this. And I always talk about the little boy that went to school for the first day of school, and he had this little girl that he liked that he thought was so pretty, right?
Uh-huh.
His first crush,
Right,
right?
right.
And she walks up to him and says, "You fat."
Ooh, crushed him.
Crushed him.
Crushed
Okay,
him.
so fast forward through life.
Yeah.
He goes on vacation, family vacation with his family at the beach. Everybody taking off, got their swimsuit on and stuff like that. He don't want to take his shirt off,
You hear that little girl?
right?
Yeah.
So his sister like, well, what's wrong with you? You take your shirt off any other time. This I'm fat. There's somebody else's voice that plays in your head over and over and over, and you carry this. And this is how you build like those walls up. Because you go throughout your whole life, people say hurtful shit. You're fat. You're stupid. You're this. You're that. You're black. You're not this. You're not that. This is that. These are the things that you play in the inside of your head. So it ain't no different from social media. These podcasters that's taking on these things and they're internalizing these things and they're regurgitating, right? And when you're regurgitating something that somebody else gave you, that's why when you run into a brick wall, right? Because when you run into a person like myself, I'm gonna ask questions. Yeah, so what's this? I'm gonna find holes in that shit, right? And you gotta be able to answer what I'm talking about because I'm really trying to see how far you went into your studying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to see. I'm really trying to see if you regurgitate because I'm really trying to learn.
Right.
But that's why when you get to asking them these questions and stuff, they run into their brick wall because they're not standing for anything. They just regurgitating something that they heard somebody else say without all the way fact checking.
Right. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I can resonate with that. And the reason why I say that, right, it's not that I had a similar situation. I went through therapy.
Okay.
And in therapy,
Listen. Let's
Yeah.
let that breathe.
Right.
Black people don't be. I'm so glad.
I appreciate that. It was
I'm
very.
so-
I didn't even know.
I
Like
love
you
that.
say, black
Yeah.
people don't do it.
I
right?
love
Right.
that.
I was a young lady I was dealing with, and she had the connections dealing with, therapy. So she was, hey, you should try it because my mom passed. When my mom passed,
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's no
Yeah,
problem. It's
yeah.
all good. When she passed, she seen that a change was in me.
Yeah.
So she suggested I go through therapy. And when I went through therapy, that's what they was hitting on. So what they did was, and I didn't even realize, they make me go back to my younger self. Go talk to that little boy in you.
Yeah.
And then go heal that boy, because you can try to do all this here, what you trying to do now as a man, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. You gotta go back and talk to that little boy.
Yeah.
And when I say she was pulling some stuff out of me, I bust out crying. I ain't gonna lie. I cried, everything.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts from.
Yeah.
So, and that's why when you say about podcasters and how they doing this, that's why we gotta beef up the Disconnect podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Because y'all give substance, man.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, and that's
appreciate
what's
that.
needed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dead ass serious.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's needed.
Yeah.
Not these people that just trying to pop up on celebrity stuff and then
Yeah.
ride the wave. Nah.
Trying to ride the trend. And see, a lot of people, they don't want to go to therapy because I hear a lot of people say, man, they can't help me. They ain't got my answers. No, they don't have your answers, but they got your questions.
And they'll teach you about attachment styles.
They'll
I didn't
teach
even
you-
know about that.
Yeah.
And I learned my attachment style, and then
Yeah.
when she told me, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, that's
Yeah,
me.
yeah, and
Yes.
it teaches you how to go within, and you know what
Yeah.
now you know what questions to ask yourself. You know what questions to go within and ask yourself. You know what questions like the issues, or because a lot of times we don't know the questions to ask ourselves. You know, like we around here just kind of winging it, like, and that's how life is. Like life is. A lot of life don't come with no handbook. I say
No.
this all the time. A lot of people say Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. But let's be for real. When you first go in the jar, when you go anywhere, and they give you a handbook, it's a lot of things that you're not gonna learn until you get in the field. That's not in the handbook.
Hands-on experience.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's a lot of So we around here trying to feel our way through life. We 30-something years old, 40-something years old. In my case, right, and even with me having children, I'm trying to steer these young adults in the right direction, and I'm still trying to feel my way through.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like one of those things. So
Right.
well.
It's like when you first start a job, like you're saying, you get they try to give you the handbook blueprint, but once you get in there, you start learning, like, I got to cut this corner, I got to cut like this,
Yeah.
don't work for me, this work for me.
Facts.
So you really,
Yeah.
like you say, that experience, you really got to start cutting away.
You got to, because the people that wrote this handbook, you got to think, the people that's at the top probably ain't never even been in the field. That's why them expectations are so unrealistic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They probably never even been in the field.
Right.
So there's the thing with that. So the difference between expressing pain and weaponizing pain. That's deep. What y'all thoughts is on that? That's deep. Expressing pain and weaponizing pain. What's the difference?
See, weaponizing pain. When I think about weaponizing pain, it's like you really blind. You know what I mean, to what you got going on. You know, when you weaponizing the pain and you just attacking. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, and you think you right.
Yeah.
Most people, they think they're in a position. They think they're correct because they stand there from that viewpoint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and they don't realize that what they doing, their actions and what they doing. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. And so, what's the other one?
Weaponize is the weaponizing the pain and expressing the pain.
And expressing it. See,
Yeah.
now when you expressing pain, your intent is just to say, look, I want you to know where I'm at. This
Yeah.
was going on with me. This, you know what I'm saying? And so that you relaying it to your family, your partner, your friend, whoever it is, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that they can have some type of empathy and understanding, somebody that you can build with. Maybe they can offer you some insight back. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
So, but
Yeah.
In order for me, I feel like the difference and the key factor in that is it takes a person to have emotional intelligence.
Absolutely.
Keyword.
You gotta have that. So without it, then you start weaponizing it because you have no structure, you have no boundaries, and
Right.
everything. When you got emotional intelligence, then you understand how to express it.
Right.
You understand when it's a safe space to express it.
Right.
You know, you're not just going around and because people that don't have emotional intelligence, it'll spill over into their work. Now they had their job telling their boss all kind of stuff. Now you pouring this stuff on him. He trying to do paperwork and everything else. So
Yeah.
you weaponizing it. And it's like what they say when hurt people bleed, they bleed on others.
Everybody, yeah.
They bleed on everybody. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I would say the difference between weaponizing your pain and expressing your pain. If I'm gonna weaponize my pain, then I'm gonna make myself out to be a victim, so I can manipulate and make people feel sorry for me. So I can make you move how I want you to move. Right? I'm gonna play on your top.
Yes.
All day.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna play mind games, right? And manipulate you so I can manipulate the system. And I got you like putty in my hand. See, they got people that manipulate, but then they got shapeshifters. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference. You got a manipulating person. You can see them all day. But the shapeshifters, they know how to fake sincerity. They know how to fake being genuine. They really know how to change their frequency, their energy. You know what I'm saying? And really pull you in to make you believe that they're very genuine.
Let me ask you something. What about those that genuinely don't know that they're doing that, but they're doing that?
That's what I was speaking about. That's what I was speaking. That's what I was
That's
getting
deep.
at. Yeah.
That's deep. They genuinely don't know that they're doing it.
And they just do it.
And they mind
then-
it right.
And it goes back to a victim. He's like, well, why you mad at me? I'm just trying to,
Right.
you see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, do you not see what you're doing?
What you're doing. Yeah.
We got a lot of those.
Yeah. And then when you my thing is this. If I correct you and I walk you to the drawing board, right?
Right.
And I show you
Right.
2 + 2 is 4.
Right.
And you still telling me that it's 5, then I know that you suffering with cognitive dissonance
Right.
and I'm not fucking with you.
Facts.
Yeah. So that's why I dropped it right there. That's when I realized that, you know, I done bit off more than I could chew, and this ain't my battle.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
when you-
like
that-
that's
when
kind of
you-
like what, psychosis?
It is.
Like
It is.
psychosis,
It is.
right?
Yeah.
It is. It definitely is.
That's when you pull that Homer Simpson in the bushes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, they're when he sinking, sink in there, sink in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
For real though.
I like that.
For real.
Yes, sir.
Next bulletin. Examples of reoccurring themes. Who brings what to the table? How value men and women. What y'all think about these type of conversations? Like this
Oh,
is
man.
I
this
don't
is
know.
bananas.
I think we're gonna have to spin around on
We're
that.
gonna have to spin
boy.
around on that one.
Yeah,
We're
you
gonna
know
have to
what I'm
come back.
saying?
We're gonna have to come back
Hey,
on that.
hey, that's the steamy one, y'all. That's the
That's
meat and
definitely a steamy
potatoes.
one.
That's the one y'all gonna want to hear about.
Yeah.
So make sure y'all definitely tap in. But before we do that, man, please give us your information. Let everybody know what you got going on and what you doing. You know,
Okay, well,
and how they can reach y'all at.
you can reach me on Facebook, Instagram. Facebook is Rogers Low Key Harrison. On Instagram, you can hit me at Low Key, the Paradigm Shifter. And what I got going on, I film. I got a trucking company as well, but I use my trucking company to fund my filming. That's what I do. I already shot one called Pure Intentions. It's basically a trill movie from Porto out to Bon My Own. Shout out to PA, man.
Shout out to PA.
You know what I'm saying? We in the building. It's on Amazon Prime and it's currently right now on Tubi. It's just not showing. It takes a minute. I shot a short film as well with a guy named Neighborhood Snoop. He actually got Death Row looking at him right now.
Okay.
Me and him put this together. He was a director in there. It's called Heart of a Hustler. That's on YouTube. Also at Low Key the Paradigm Shifter on YouTube. And I'm currently shooting one now, and it's called Mask. It's called Mask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of. You kind of caught wind of it. What's kind of going on with that situation I had going.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of somewhat of that, and it's like a lot of betrayal.
Yeah.
It has how religion kind of plays a little bit into that.
Oh,
as well.
that's gonna be deep.
Yeah, you see what I'm
Okay,
saying? Religion
okay.
plays into it, betrayal, also redemption.
Okay.
It's also redemption because I'm trying not to give too much.
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
So okay, y'all, it's coming out. Y'all just stay tuned, follow me, and then I guarantee y'all keep y'all up to date, man. I always shoot behind the scene footages. And shit, if y'all know some people want to get on, we good, man. We filming.
Okay,
We filming,
okay.
man.
Yes, sir.
So, man, I appreciate y'all having me up here. Real
Absolutely,
talk.
absolutely.
Tune in to the Disconnect podcast. It's one of the realest ones, man.
Absolutely. And
Facts.
hopefully this not your last time
Oh, no.
visiting us.
Man, we locked in.
Okay, all right, all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Familia.
So,
Yes.
yeah, as always, y'all, thank y'all for tapping in, but make sure you checking us out at Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at the Disconnect Podcast. YouTube, same thing at the Disconnect Podcast. And y'all, this year we rolled out onto that Patreon.
Absolutely.
So make sure y'all tap in. Y'all been asking us about this Patreon, want to see this behind the scene footage and all these clips and all that.
Yes.
So we coming with a whole new level. Like you told you, this year we coming with music. We coming with everything, everything that encapsulates the culture, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We connecting the bridges and connecting the gaps in all ways, y'all. So
Yeah.
once again,
And you know why?
what's that?
Because we are the podcast that heals
Heals
and
and
builds.
Ooh.
Peace.
Pressure.
Hold my hand while I run the race. Oh, Lord, hold my hand while I run the race. Oh, Lord, hold my hand while I run the race. Oh, Lord, keep me praying while I run the race.
I have learned to piece together pieces that you broke. I can see through all of the deceitful things you wrote. I have managed cracking all the secrets to the codes. You swerved into my lane like you were sleeping on the road.